There is a stillness that lies beneath the restless surface of life, a silence that waits quietly, like the hidden depths of the ocean, untouched by the storm above. This stillness has been given many names: peace, calm, equanimity, balance. But, in truth, it is more than all of these. It is serenity, the state where the soul rests in its true nature, unshaken by the turning of the world. Most live as if serenity must be found outside themselves, in quiet gardens, in distant retreats, in sacred temples. Yet serenity is not given by the outer world. It is the essence of the inner world. It is already within, awaiting recognition. To discover serenity is not to escape life, but to meet life with a presence so deep that nothing can disturb its foundation. It is to walk into chaos, and yet remain untouched. It is to sit with sorrow, and yet remain whole. It is to breathe in uncertainty, and yet remain steady, like the mountain rooted in the earth. Philosophy tells us that serenity is the fruit of wisdom, to understand that much is beyond control, and to live in harmony with that truth. Psychology shows us that serenity emerges when the mind no longer wars with itself, when resistance softens into acceptance, and spirituality whispers the greatest secret: serenity is not something to be built, it is something to be remembered. For the soul has always been serene. It is only the mind that stirs the waters into storm. Consider the ocean. The surface may rage with waves, but deep below there is no turbulence. So too with the self. The surface of life may tremble with noise, but at the depth of awareness all is still. To touch serenity is to dive into this depth, to leave behind the ripples of thought and worry, and to rest in the timeless silence within. Yet the world resists silence. It pulls the mind outward, demanding attention, with endless distractions, endless noise, endless movement, and so serenity feels rare, like a hidden jewel buried beneath layers of dust. But the jewel remains. It is never lost. Even when unseen, serenity is always present, just as the stars remain even when the sky is filled with clouds. To live in serenity is not to be numb. It is not the denial of emotion, nor the rejection of life's intensity. Rather, it is the capacity to feel fully without being drowned. It is the ability to act with clarity without being rushed by fear. It is the strength to witness change without losing the center that does not change. The sages knew that serenity is strength. The warrior who remains calm in battle sees more clearly than the one consumed by rage. The leader who stands in serenity guides with wisdom rather than impulse. The healer who rests in serenity becomes a vessel through which peace flows into others. Serenity is not weakness. It is the ultimate power. For no force can sway the one who stands rooted in inner stillness. How, then, does one uncover this sanctuary? By slowing the ceaseless tide of thought, by softening the grip of attachment, by accepting that not all things are to be controlled, but all things can be witnessed in calm awareness. Serenity blooms when resistance fades, when the mind no longer insists that life must be different than it is. It blooms when we surrender to the flow of the universe, trusting that even in silence, life is unfolding in perfect order. Imagine serenity as a flame, soft but unwavering. The winds of circumstance may blow, but they cannot extinguish it. Why? Because the flame does not fight the wind. It simply continues to burn. This is the secret. Serenity is not the absence of challenge. It is the presence of an inner state that no challenge can corrupt. Psychologists speak of inner regulation, the ability to calm the nervous system, to breathe through the storm of emotion. Philosophers like the Stoics spoke of the discipline of equanimity, to see life as it is and to respond with virtue rather than reaction. And the mystics spoke of divine trust, the surrender of the anxious self into the hands of the eternal. All point to the same truth. Serenity is the art of alignment. Alignment with truth, alignment with the flow of the cosmos itself. In serenity, fear dissolves into trust, chaos dissolves into rhythm, desire dissolves into presence, and the self is revealed not as fragile, but as eternal. For beneath all movement, beneath all sound, beneath all thought, there is an unmoving silence, a silence that has always been here, a silence that is never disturbed. This silence is serenity. It is not created, it is remembered. Serenity is the ground of healing. A body at war with itself cannot restore, but a body at peace begins to regenerate. A mind pulled in every direction cannot see clearly, but a mind at rest perceives with vision. A spirit agitated by fear cannot hear truth, but a spirit in serenity receives guidance effortlessly. Thus, serenity is not luxury. It is necessity. It is the foundation upon which wisdom, love, and power are built. The world will tell you to chase peace in possessions and achievements and approval, but those are fleeting. They rise and fall like waves. The serenity that endures comes only from within, and once found, it cannot be taken. To live in serenity is to live as the mountain, steady, unshaken, while seasons change and storms pass overhead. It is to live as the sky, vast, untroubled, while clouds gather and dissolve within it. It is to live as the eternal flame, burning in silence, yet lighting all that surrounds it. Seek not to possess serenity. Seek to dissolve what blocks it, for serenity is already yours. It is your essence, your nature, your eternal inheritance. When the mind quiets, when the heart softens, when the spirit surrenders, there it is, rising gently like dawn breaking over the horizon. And when you carry serenity within you, you carry sanctuary wherever you go. Noise cannot shake it, loss cannot steal it, fear cannot corrupt it. You become a living temple of peace, a reminder to the world that stillness is possible, that calm is natural, that serenity is the true home of the soul. So rest in this truth. Serenity is not something you must find. It is what you already are when you return to yourself. And in that remembrance, life is no longer a battle to be won, but a flow to be embraced. The storms may come, the seasons may turn, but the soul remains still, whole, and serene forever.